Hello friends and welcome to Bloons Monkey City Mobile. Today what I wanted to do is show you guys 3 new maps. Woo! I know we've been playing a lot of Bloons Monkey City. Normally it's just kind of repetitive nature. We do the same things over and over again. The tiles might be slightly different, but we tend to do mostly the same strategy. But today, I think I found 3 new tiles. Some of them fairly easy, just ceramic tiles or just Moab tiles. So it's not going to be that crazy hard, but at least we can start to practice these guys and kind of get used to it. So let's start off with this one right here. And also kind of just see if we like them or not. So this is a grass terrain tile, which means balloon chippers, man. We can use balloon chippers that crazy. I actually really do like balloon chippers on a lot of these lower level thingamabobs, because if ceramics are the highest balloon, you don't have to worry about any mobs at all. You just gotta worry about the big ceramic balloons that can be somewhat problematic in the late game. Anyways, based on just this level alone, how does it look? Well, I think it looks actually pretty cool. That's like the first thing. It just looks cool, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do is actually, surprisingly, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to get a submarine after airburst starts. I'm not going to farm very much. There's only 19 rounds. I'm not too worried about 19 rounds overall. But what I would love to do is, quite obviously, get a 2-3 submarine and then kind of just put a couple random towers spread out throughout the map so I can at least start getting my advanced intel to get to work, Plus, I'm going to see how I like the submarines in Bloons Monkey City. I've tried to use them a couple times in the past, but honestly, I feel like I've always short with them. I have shortcomings with the submarines. I just don't know if it's my fault or if submarines just aren't as good maybe in Bloons Monkey City. Because of course submarines are very, very nice and they're good for pop power, but against big grouped balloon rushes, is it gonna be good enough? It's a good question. So there we go, we got him on first, we got advanced intel now. Even though advanced intel is technically worthless until we get another couple towers here, at least I have it. And honestly, I'm not that worried about random things coming through and just killing me, but I do have to be slightly careful because of lead balloons or something crazy like that that might come out. So what's going to be our lead balloon pop? I think I might just stick with a cannon, honestly. This is a really sweet 0-0 cannon spot. I'll show you guys in just a second here, as soon as we get the monies. Here it is, man. 0-0 cannon, full-on lead popping power right here. Boom, shakalaka. So that's actually really interesting, because normally finding the right amount of lead popping power is very, very difficult on a level. But I really feel like this will pop literally every single lead balloon in existence, especially, honestly, if I put it a little bit closer to the top there, because when he attacks close, it'll hit straight above him, which will hit an entire radius around him. But if I put him in kind of a weird spot, it might actually make him attack in just sort of a weird way. So you're noticing my advanced intel submarine. It's actually kind of weird. I don't know, the airburst darts, if all the balloons get destroyed, it looks like it just randomly just explodes the airburst darts just out of nowhere. It just makes it look like it doesn't do a lot of popping power, but honestly, I don't think it really matters too much. So what is next on the agenda? I'm thinking like a ninja, man. We'll get a reasonable level ninja or something like that. Put him right in the middle here so he can attack 4 different areas. And even more area for us now. Nice. Now we only got 19 waves today. Which means, honestly, they won't last that long. So we'll have to see how things flow, I guess. You know what I want to talk about today? As odd as this may sound. Scammers. People who try and scam people. Don't get caught up in the scams, guys. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And if it isn't, then you get it in writing and you get their license and you figure it all out through the right ways to do it. Just don't be stupid about it. Never give people money for no reason. Don't be like, hey, here's $5,000 just because. Or here, I have $1 million. All you need to do is pay me the $5,000 and then I'll give you the $1 million. Why would they do that? That doesn't even make any sense. But some people fall for it. They just think that they're just going to become rich. Why? Because honestly, most people don't fall for it. And that's the thing. But if you have 1 out of every 100 people fall for it, they get a lot of money very, very quickly. And who really scams people? Honestly, it's usually people from Africa, because they come from a sort of poor place, and and Americans are rich or something. I live in America, and I hear a lot about it around here. So it's just kind of crazy that people can get scammed so easily. And actually, even my grandparents almost got scammed once. Because what they do is they'll get your number somehow, and then they'll call you and be like, hey, Grandma, this is, your grandson, something. I'm stuck in a different country, and I need, $1,000 to get me back to my, or to get an airplane ticket back home, blah blah blah, please, I need the money. And then, like, honestly, some grandmas are just honestly kind of slow, or they're kind of forgetful, or they're just like, oh my god, my grandson, they freak out a little bit. It can happen. I can definitely see it happening where old people just can get tricked very easily, and it's kind of sad. But it can happen to regular people too. I know I'm kind of like saying old people suck, you know. I mean, I understand it. Old people may be not used to people trying to scam them all the time, and that's why it could be even worse. Whereas I see it, man. I see people trying to scam people all the time. Even me, I've got not scammed, but when I signed up with TGN, I got lied to by the person who was recruiting me. And it was very, very upsetting, the way he lied to me. Basically, all in all, he promised me a better deal than what they ended up giving me. But he didn't tell me it was a bad deal until he told me I was getting a fantastic deal and everything. Which I understood the numbers and everything. I was like, that's good, cool, awesome. And then I found out a little bit later, after I like disabled my account with the other people, that I was not going to be getting such a good deal anymore. I was like, well, now technically, like, nothing is happening for the next like 5 days on my channel. Like, I'm literally like losing every single thing that I could possibly get out of my channel, and it was very upsetting that I had to deal with that stuff. And it was all because somebody lied to me. You know, I would expect people who run a business to not want to do that, but I guess it is what it is, man. So anyways, we're gonna get a mortar over here. I feel like that's a good group pop and power tower. And then, like I said, I wanted to get some balloon chippers. So we're gonna get a couple balloon chippers right here. Balloon chipper, balloon chipper, balloon chipper, balloon chipper. And of course, whenever you get your balloon chippers, man, you gotta put them on strong. I know we could probably keep them on something else and they'd be just fine. But strong is the best thing to keep them on. Now, I normally stick with this 0-0 balloon chippers. I have never done any tests on any other balloon chippers. I probably should, though. Honestly, I don't know if the faster shredding or like the suckier upgrade is actually worth it as far as balloon pop and power is concerned. I would guess that it probably isn't, but if it's a little bit suckier, I don't even know what suckier does. What does suckier do? Increases suction, sucks balloons in faster, but does that even make it like pop the balloons faster? I have no freaking idea. I don't know, man, so I should probably learn about that stuff. That's something that I just have never done any BTD science videos on, is the balloon chipper. So I should probably work on that. So anyway, what's the verdict on this level? Obviously, we played a fairly easy map. This was only a ceramic level, so not exactly a difficult one. But overall, I like the map. I really do. I feel like it's a fairly interesting kind of symmetrical level. I like the symmetrical levels for some reason because of my OCD, man. So I can OCD it up a little bit. I'm not too OCD where I'm like, I need a cannon over here, and I need 5 more balloon chippers on the other side, and if I put a texture here, I need a texture over there. I'm not that bad, at least. But, trying to keep them up is definitely something kind of nice. So anyways, that is not good. Camo-led balloons are evil. I was getting ready to use my anti-camo dust. Sadly, I don't have any anti-camo dust yet. So sad, man. But yes, I haven't been like actually scammed in my life, but I have seen a lot of it. People trying to scam me and stuff like that. And even I don't like saying this because it seems very, very mean. But if you just give money to homeless people on the street, you have absolutely no idea what they're going to do with it. And I know some homeless people, they really can't help it. They either have psychological problems, or maybe they're in a war and they're like, you know, kind of messed up in the brain. They just can't land a job. Some people just get unbelievably unlucky and just don't have a place to live. I understand stuff like that, and that's extremely sad and all that. But most of them, all they do is they'll take their $50 to $100 to $200 that they get for just begging all day, and they'll go sleep in a motel room or a hotel room and have a really nice dinner and everything. And it's just like, you just paid them to go sleep in a hotel when they should be using it to try and get their life back on track. But they don't, because they can just keep going back every single day, and more people just keep giving them money. And I've actually seen this happen. They've actually done news articles on it. There's actually a guy that lived right next to me who used to go to the same place every single day, and he made like $250 a day by just begging from people. $250 a day, that's a pretty darn big amount of money for just kind of chilling there all day and just being like, hey, what's up? Here's my cup, man. And then he got to sleep in a hotel almost every night. And honestly, you'd be better off, instead of sleeping in a hotel and everything, just to sleep in an apartment. Like, it would be $1,000 a month tops if you have a fantastic apartment. $500 a month, you can get a really nice apartment. Why do you need to spend $120 a day on a hotel? It's just ridiculous, man. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I didn't understand it too much. But anyways, we're going to move on. I think it was somewhere over here. I just have to find it exactly. So here it is, the other new level, the grass terrain. This is another grass terrain one. Let's get going. Green checkmark. 15% cheaper. So this is another fairly interesting one. I like that all the new maps have water, by the way. Even if it's just a little bit of water. Add the submarines, add the boats. That's all you really need is a little bit of water. And actually in reasonable spots. Like, this is definitely a reasonable spot to have water. I could make boats pretty useful on this map. Alright. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to stay away from my farms again. I don't need them at all. As you can tell from last game, we were rolling in the money, guys. With like $6,000 a couple times during that game. So again, this is only a ceramic level. How do we want to start this? Let's actually do a helicopter today. Do a helicopter right about here. I'm actually going to put him on pursuit eventually, but for right now, he'll have to. Let's actually put him on patrol for now. Go boom and boom. We'll just patrol him back and forth over here. I never ever do that. I don't know why. I don't know if... Do other people do that? Do other people put him on patrol? Like, I just do not like when things follow my touch, because then I'll be, like, trying to upgrade a farm or something, the helicopters float over me, and I'm just like, go away, you stupid helicopter, I don't want you here. But they just keep on coming back, and it's terrible. So we got double the popping power already. I just feel like the helicopter is extremely expensive, but then, once you start getting a few upgrades for him, he really changes in the amount of goodness that he is. For example, pay $1,500 for like the 2 popping power for each, little dart thing. Then you double his popping power with a $600 upgrade. So for $600 compared to $1,500, you double it. Like, it's just crazy. Honestly, I feel like they should make the helicopter cheaper. They should make him $1,000, and then you can make the quad darts like $800 as an upgrade, or like $700 as an upgrade. And I feel like that would make the helicopter extremely fair now. Anyways, put him on pursuit. I do have to get some lead popping power up fairly soon. But as you can plainly see, the helicopter is pretty boss in the early game on these easier tiles. In the later tiles, yeah, man, I don't know if I could actually go through with it and get a helicopter. Even though, yeah, he is an okay tower. And he is okay. Actually, I don't know. I really just don't know. Maybe I'll try that someday. So as far as lead popping power goes, I can either go with a sniper or even crazier. I could try and save up for this bad boy. I'd try and get some sort of nice level boat. Could be kind of fun to do. Well, let's see. If I don't need any lead popping power, I'll try and get that boat up. But I'm probably going to get at least about $2,000 to afford that guy, because he's not favored or anything. This isn't one of those levels that actually favors boats. But at least I can get one of these guys, because, oh no, that is a regrow lead. Alright, snapper doodles to the extreme. So we'll put this guy right here, put him on strong, and get rid of that lead balloon. Alright, so now I at least have some lead popping power. I will go for the grape shot boat. It's actually, when he's not favored, he just seems so expensive, you know? That's why I don't tend to use boats too often in most levels, because even though, yeah, they're a pretty decent popping power and everything, they're just expensive. A lot of times they're obviously expensive, but the amount of popping power you get, you just don't assume that it's a good thing to get. Is there anything good towers that I really want to get, though? There's a lot of good things. Like, this would be a perfect level for a mortar. Put the mortar, like, aim right over here. And then you could move him over here. Or even maybe right here. That's definitely an okay spot. But, like, the 2 main spots up there are definitely the best. Alright, so let's get that cannon ship already. We got the cannon ship. Whenever you get the cannon ship, I usually like to get the faster shooting. But before that happens, you don't want to get the faster shooting. Don't get the faster shooting after grape shot, only after the cannon ship. And I think I'm actually going to go for it. I'm going to go for a ring of fire. Just think about it. What could get through a ring of fire down here? Even though it's going to be obviously extremely expensive. Nothing's going to get through there except for maybe camo balloons. maybe, possibly, the craziest balloons in the entire world, the camo balloons. Also, I wish... Oh, there is... Oh, man. There it is, non-stop mode. I don't know why, but for some reason, just slipped my brain that I had non-stop mode. Because I've been playing... I actually played a little bit of BTD5, which, by the way, heads up, might be having some BTD5 type videos coming out somewhat soon. Don't want to give too much away, but let's just... Oh, man, $3,500. Somebody told me in my video about my last mobile Bloons Monkey City video that the Ring of Fire was always $3,500 in the mobile version for Bloons Monkey City. I did not know that. I had no idea. I guess I just never really used the Ring of Fire because, honestly, usually I don't use him too often. And that's even weirder because going from even when he was $2,500, I wouldn't use him that much, but now he's $3,500, and I'm still like kind of wary. I'm obviously even more wary about using him now. I don't even know if I really want to. So we'll get him though. I'll get him today. I mean, in most situations, like if it was a very, very hard level, I probably wouldn't end up using it. But what do I think about this level overall? I actually like the design of this level as well. There's a lot of room. It actually goes through like the middle of the map, so there's not like a bunch of random area where like nothing can do anything. You know, like if I put a tower here, like obviously it can't do anything. On some maps, you'll have like a tower over here, and then only the map will be like on this corner of the map, and then like it's just like, what the heck? Why would you even have that part of the map? You don't even need it at all. So I guess I understand that, and I like it. Yeah, like I said, I actually I'm a pretty big fan of these new maps, and I feel like once we get to like Moab and BFB and Zone of God levels, it'll actually be kind of nice because you can put towers in more specialized positions. For example, Moab Maulers or something. If I needed a Moab Mauler, I'd put him probably like right over here, but I could also put him over here too if I wanted. Or mix it up a little bit. So many options. It leaves a lot of options. Or the water towers, man, get the submarines and whatnot. Oh man, absolutely amazing, for sure. This is a little trick that I've picked up over time. Balloon chippers in the range of things like Ring of Fires and things like mortars and stuff like that can be very, very, very effective. Obviously, I don't know what the most effective thing is to be, and I actually got somebody telling me in a message that I should do something like that, where I do a BTD Science, where I test out what would be better balloon chippers in the range of a Ring of Fire or a mortar or something else. And it just, honestly, it's just too hard to do. So I probably will not end up doing that. My BTD Science episodes are usually I usually try and compare two reasonably similar things, and I use always the same cost. I don't know why some people think that this is just bad. I don't know why people think this. It's very, very, very confusing why people think this. That I should make the costs different when I'm comparing my towers. It just does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't know why people think that. I'm trying to limit the variables. Obviously, I'm a scientist type of guy, so I limit the variables to only the tower upgrade. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So when I make them the same cost, I'm limiting everything down to just that. But some people are like, you should just leave the cost alone. Just have a $10,000 tower versus a $2,000 tower and see who's better. Like, how is that fair whatsoever? It's not fair. So I don't know why people want me to do that sometimes. Don't understand it, man. So here's all those ceramics and everything, but check it out. The balloon chippers just straight up rocking them. As you can tell, the Ring of Fire just bossed it up right there. And we're already on the final round. And even if I want to go even crazier, I could stall them even more in the Ring of Fire. Oh, no, I can't. I thought that would be a 4th year cannon. I don't have 4th year cannons yet. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. But I do have the 2-3 boomerangs. Also, another thing that you can do is put like an ice tower inside the range of these guys. Those work out okay as well, because surprisingly, at least to my knowledge, the Ring of Fire does not unthaw frozen balloons, even though it probably should. Probably should, to be honest. So there it is, last few ceramics. Gonna clean these up nice and easy. How is my defense looking? I don't know, I thought it was okay. Honestly, these are kind of easy tiles for me, for sure. But I have to beat them, and that's the thing. So at least I'll get to show you guys these new tiles. And let's try, I think another one was down here somewhere. Don't know exactly where it is. I might have to look for it just a little bit. Actually, I think it was right here for some reason. And there it is, man. We got another forest terrain. I don't know what the heck these would be called. This looks like a, I kind of want to say like a yin-yang type thing, but it's not a yin-yang. I don't know what it is. It looked kind of like almost like a crop circle, actually. So in this level, we have favored ninjas. It's a nice thing for sure. And also more water, which actually is another fairly nice thing. I like it. So again, we're going to start off the Spike Factory. Now we have Moabs coming out, so we actually have to plan for that a little bit. But we aren't allowed farms. Too bad. So sad. So actually, I will get some lead popping power right from the get-go here. I just kind of feel like it's a necessity today. Put him on last. We'll get a 0-2 boomerang, and I'll get a ninja as well. I'm actually going to put him right here. Or you know what? This might actually be like a better ninja spot. No, this is a weird level. This is definitely a weird level. Alright, we'll put him there for now. So the reason why I was thinking about putting the ninja there, by the way, this is Dart Monkey, but if I was put the ninja here, then he would only attack from here to here, then you get another shot over here, which is kind of nice. But, at the same time, if I keep like a ninja here, then he attacks them once right here, but then it waits a long time when he gets a second chance to attack right here. Where right here, it's just like so fast there, and then kind of fast there. So realistically, the time in between those two attacks is actually kind of fast, kind of small. So he doesn't get as much pop power, at least in my opinion. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that, but that's the way I think about it. So because we have these favored ninjas, I will be getting a regrows, man. So as you can tell, there's a pretty big difference from the ceramic tile all the way to the Moab tiles. This is only difficulty hard, so I guess it's not that big of a problem. So there's a double shot already. I sure hope no lead balloons come here, because I have this guy on last. I know I wasn't really sure exactly what I should put him on, but this seemed like a fairly good place to put him. Hopefully it'll just keep shooting, shoop to whooping, man, and just take down those leads. Eventually, obviously, I'll get more stuff up here. Though, actually, now that I think about it, even though that was kind of a bad spot for a ninja, a third-tier cannon would go perfect right here. It'd explode this radius, explode this radius, explode this radius. Just, oh, man, so much smooth. I'll get a third-tier cannon. Let's do it. And maybe like a mortar or something, too. I could put a mortar right in the middle there as well. And that would affect some of the other sides. Yeah, totally. Totally. So this is one of those levels where I actually wish that I could put a farm. Actually, you know what? I want to test this out. I'm going to get a... Well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough money, actually. We'll have to see when we get there, but I really want to test this out. Somebody told me that I should be using 4-2 balloon chipper, or not balloon chippers, 4-2 engineers, right on the very front. And actually, I have done things like that in the past, and it has worked out really, really well. And I don't know why that I haven't done it so much recently. When you don't get farms, engineers could be your main money source. So let's start thinking about doing that, but I am going to need to get at least a 4th tier ninja before I even start doing that. And it takes a little while to get there, so we might have to wait about around 10 or 12 or something like that, and then we start getting our engineer up. And that guy's expensive as well. He's not a cheap son of a gun. He's very, very expensive. But the thing about it, you have to put him right in the very front, otherwise he's going to be completely useless, because your other towers are going to pop the balloons so quickly. So let's do that, and you know what? All you really need is like a couple ceramics to go in that balloon trap, and it gives you bank. But the reason why I'm getting the 4th tier ninja first, instead of just starting to go for the engineer, is because I need that Moab pop power. I'd rather just be safe. I mean, the balloon popping power, I don't have that much. I mean, these guys, like, if any blacks get through at random zebras or regrow zebras or blacks, the cannon's not gonna be enough, and I'll die. Oh, this isn't even a 3rd tier cannon. What the heck was I doing? What the heck was I doing? I thought it was a 3-0, and then I started upgrading it to 3-2, but it was a 2-0, and I started upgrading it to 2-2. And a 2-2 cannon, not usually the most effective thing. Alright, but at least the money, again, is coming in fairly quickly. I'll get the distraction as well. Need about $1,000 more dollars. So what do I think about this level? Again, I actually like it quite a bit. I think it's interesting. I think the other ones were fairly easy levels, and that's something to point out, is that they were fairly easy, where this one, even though it's fairly long, there's a lot that can go wrong. I just feel like it's actually a fairly tough one. But I like it. I like the toughness factor. It's a long, tough level, which is just something that's kind of hard to do, I suppose. Alright, so let's start getting that engineer flowing, man. I really don't know. I don't remember how expensive that guy is. I really don't remember at all. So I'm actually going to put him right here. Faster engineering with cleansing foam as well. And actually, surprisingly, the cleansing foam probably won't do too much. But if he does get a little lucky, he might be able to cleansing foam some random regrows or some camo leads or something like that. And that could actually make him worthwhile. Oh, I don't have the research. Oh, God, I suck. I suck. That's why I haven't been using the 4-2 Bloon Chipper. Because I don't have the 4-2 Bloon Chipper. Well, what you gonna do, man? Everybody messes stuff up eventually. So let's get our submarines flowing. I got a couple good spots for submarines. In fact, I'm leaning towards putting them in the back here. I only got 3 submarines, so we'll use... Oh no, 2 submarines only. So I'll use both of them. I'll get them both up to 2-3. We'll actually get the advanced intel first so I can at least start making them actually do some damage while I'm upgrading them. Twin guns. Twin guns. And as you can plainly see, submarines can be frickin' boss. Attacking all over the map all the time, never letting go, never stopping, just destroying everything. It's nice. So nice. And I'll be honest, it's kind of crazy, but my boomerang has been doing most of my lead pop power. Obviously, I do have the cleansing foam and everything, which can help out a little bit, but yeah, it's been doing a pretty darn amazing job. So there we go, we got double air burst darts going on over there. I will also, why not, get the ballistics missile. Infinite range, I've been told that it's as strong as a Moab Mauler. Again, I have not tested that, but people keep telling me that, so I'll believe them for the moment. I like to test things, though, because I've been lied to a lot. The comments are not 100% reliable, but even when I hear something 2 or 3 times, I start to believe it, but I can't be 100% until I see it for myself. Because I could understand them being strong, but as strong as a Moab Mauler, that's got to be a tough one. I don't know. Like, they don't tell you that, do they? Let's see. Any distance does extra damage to ceramic and Moab class balloons. Extra damage. But does that extra damage really mean 10 times damage as an explosion? I don't know, that sure does make him very, very OP though. Like, what is he bad against? Nothing. Nothing! You know it's kind of expensive? It's good against everything. I guess maybe the big grouped regrow balloons would probably be the thing he's weakest against, but even then, you got an explosion to kill a lot of the group balloons. You got pretty darn fast shooting air burst darts, which are usually pretty darn good at popping balloons. Pop the Moab class balloons. Submarines are just too OP. They honestly should be nerfed. I think honestly the advanced intel is really where the submarines get OP because they can advanced intel camo popping power. The only thing they can't do, which is actually quite surprising, is they cannot advanced intel the camo lead popping power until they get the ballistics missile. Or even then, I don't know. I don't even know if they can... I think the ballistics missile doesn't even give them camo lead popping power. I'm pretty sure I got that one time, and it ended up not doing anything. I was really upset, and I was like, no, why? Why me? Why would they do that to me? So here we go, we got the Bionic Boomer now, 2-3 Bionic Boomer. Still, obviously, quite easy for us. I'll still get a couple Bloon Chippers over here. We'll get like 2 Bloon Chippers real quick. Get rid of those ceramic balloons. Ceramic-tastic. And actually, what I'm looking forward to is getting that 4-2 Bloon Chipper. I just don't know exactly how I'm supposed to go about getting it. I might have to build some of those really strong, expensive towers, you know, a $30,000 tower or something like that. Or not tower, like building. $30,000 building. And then on top of that, I'm going to have to spend whatever amount of money to upgrade that thing. They can be kind of pricey. Sometimes you can get lucky and you don't need a building on those 4th tier towers, but I think most of them do. Do you guys see that in the corner there? Fancy that. So even these Moab levels, surprisingly easy. And the problem is I'm going to have to fight a lot of these guys if I want to expand my town a little bit more. Because I'll be honest with you, my town, I kind of stretched really, really hard levels really, really quickly, and that made me get more experienced as a player because I have to play with lower level towers and with less money and all that stuff. So I'm actually like a better Bloons Monkey City player because of it. But at the same time, now whenever I have to go back and actually play these easier tiles, I feel like I'm just wasting my time. I'm like, why would I even want to do this? This is just kind of easy. I'm too good at the game now. I'm too good. And of course I could just stretch out and fight even harder things, but then my town gets all stretchy and weird looking and all that stuff, and I don't like that, you know. Like I said, I'm kind of OCD like. I try and keep it kind of neat. I like everything neat in my life. At least I try to. It doesn't need to be perfect, but like reasonably neat is usually my ideal thing. So we are still pumping out a lot of ninjas, surprisingly. I don't know why, I just saw they were favored, and I'm like, why not? Let's get a bunch of ninjas. We're popping everything very, very easily. Right here, we're on the second to last level here, round 24. Almost up to 25. And usually when you get a lot of Moabs coming out, those are usually really fast rounds because all the balloons are piled up inside of the Moabs instead of just randomly spaced out throughout the entire thing. And that's what actually makes the last little rounds actually go a little bit quicker on some of these ones. Especially in Moab class levels and stuff like that. So we are going to defeat them. Volcano and cave terrains give you extra balloon stones. Whoop whoop. Alright, man, we'll have to fight for some of those guys pretty darn soon. No lives lost, got some experience, got some coins, got all that good stuff. If you guys have any suggestions for me, obviously throw them down there. See what I mean? Like how my town's kind of stretched out and all weird looking, and like it's never even anywhere around. I stretched down to the corner there. That side's somewhat even. This side's okay. Then this side looks all weird and stupid, and I don't like it there that much. This side looks extremely bad. Like honestly, what I would love to do is like even I got like open tiles in the middle of my map. Oh man, it's terrible. I'd like to clean up like 5 of these levels really quick, and then do like some of these guys really quick, make it all even and everything. That would just make me feel good about myself. Clean up these random cave tiles and everything that are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any suggestions or anything, again, throw them down there. I definitely would like to see those, hear those, and all that good stuff. And press like for me. I'd appreciate that. And have a super duper delicious day.